What if I told you that some of the absolute healthiest foods in your kitchen, the ones you're told to eat every single day, might actually be the secret cause of your fatigue, your inflammation, and even that stubborn weight you can't seem to lose? Today, we're going to dive into some pretty controversial ideas that challenge just about everything we've been taught about what it means to be healthy.
Okay, let's just start with a bang, shall we? This statement right here probably made a few of you do a double take. Oatmeal. Our source, who's an ancestral nutritionist, basically she studies the diets of traditional cultures that don't have our modern diseases, she argues this stuff was historically food for horses, not for people.
And that's the big question, isn't it? This isn't just about your breakfast ball. It's about a whole range of foods we call superfoods. How can the very things we're eating to get healthy be the very things causing us problems? Let's get into it.
All right, first up, we need to tackle this healthy food illusion. We're going to look at why this idea that certain plant foods are just universally good for everybody might be a pretty dangerous oversimplification.
I mean, look at this list. This looks like a really healthy shopping trip, right? Potatoes, spinach, a handful of almonds. But here's the twist. Our source argues these foods are loaded with natural defense chemicals, things like oxalates and lectins that are literally designed by the plant to stop them from being eaten. And for a lot of us, that constant daily dose can lead to some really chronic issues.
See, here's the crucial part. It's all about context. Our ancestors might have eaten spinach, sure, but it was for maybe 2 weeks out of the entire year when it was in season. And they often cooked it with things like cream or cheese, which have calcium that actually binds to the harmful stuff. We, on the other hand, are chugging it year-round in massive green smoothies. That constant, non-stop exposure, that's the real problem.
So let's get a little more specific. We're going to zoom right in on two of the biggest troublemakers when it comes to these hidden plant toxins, oxalates and lectins.
So just imagine for a second eating microscopic shards of glass. That's literally how our source describes oxalates. These are tiny little crystals that can build up in our tissues, causing irritation, inflammation, and even pain. They're a plant's physical defense shield, and you know what? They work surprisingly well inside our bodies too.
This chart, this really puts it all into perspective, doesn't it? Your body can handle maybe 50 milligrams of oxalates at a time. But look at this. A single cup of spinach has 14 times that amount. A simple handful of almonds more than doubles your limit. It just goes to show you how easily one single healthy meal can completely overwhelm your system.
And then you've got lectins. These are basically sticky proteins that can really mess with your gut lining. Now, traditional cultures, they knew all about this. They had all these methods to neutralize them, like soaking beans for days or meticulously preparing corn. What do we do today? We often just skip all those crucial steps, going straight from the can to the plate. And it's our gut that ends up paying the price.
Now, this quote right here is a total game changer. It suggests that maybe, just maybe, we're focusing on the wrong thing entirely. It's not just about the food itself, but about the health of the trillions of tiny microbes in our gut that have to process that food. You see, their health is our health. And this idea, it takes us way beyond just what's on our plate.
And it turns out these little microbes in your gut, they aren't just reacting to the food you eat. They're profoundly affected by all kinds of signals from your environment.
And this is where it gets really wild. According to the research we're looking at, just getting natural sunlight on your skin and in your eyes can shift your microbiome by 51%. I mean, think about that for a second. That's a slightly bigger impact than your diet alone. Wow.
You know, it makes sense when you think about it. Our bodies evolved over millions of years to be outside. According to this research, being indoors all the time sends a constant stress signal to our physical body, even if we feel perfectly happy and content reading a book on the couch. That underlying stress directly impacts our gut health.
Okay, I know. This all might sound a little bit overwhelming, but here's the good news. The solutions are actually surprisingly simple and accessible to pretty much everyone. So let's look at a few actionable steps you can take that actually respect your modern lifestyle.
Okay, first, a totally free and simple habit. The moment you wake up, just go outside for a few minutes. That early morning light hits your eyes and signals your brain to kickstart the whole hormonal cascade for the day. Things like dopamine for motivation and serotonin, which later converts to melatonin to help you sleep. Then at night, the goal is the complete opposite, total, absolute darkness. And the source material is really clear on this. Even a teeny tiny blinking light from a phone charger can stop your melatonin production for up to 4 hours. Creating a true sleep sanctuary is one of the most powerful things you can do for your body's recovery. Believe it or not, even your clothes matter. Synthetic fabrics like polyester, they're basically plastics, and when they rub against our skin, they can release particles that disrupt our skin's microbiome and even act as endocrine disruptors, which can really mess with our hormones. Just swapping them out for natural fibers like cotton or wool can make a huge difference.
So many modern skincare products actually strip away our skin's natural protective oils. But traditional solutions are often way simpler and more effective. For example, tallow is an incredible moisturizer because its fatty acid profile is almost identical to our own skin. Even something as simple as a yogurt or an egg yolk mask can help restore your skin's natural, healthy balance.
So, the main takeaway here is that true health isn't about finding that one perfect diet or demonizing certain foods forever. It's really about creating a holistic environment where your body can actually thrive.
And this is the ultimate goal, right? It's not about living in a rigid, fearful bubble. It's about building a body that's so resilient that it can handle the occasional stressor, whether that's a meal out with friends that's not perfect or just a stressful day at work, and then bounce right back.
Ultimately, this isn't about just blindly following a new set of rules. It's really an invitation to stop outsourcing your health to generic advice and to start, maybe for the first time, actually listening to the unique signals your own body is sending you. What is it truly asking for?